Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Fucking outputs 30. Or the inputs 30. Output 6. Output 6. Wow, well done. Oh, hello. It's Wednesday, I think. Yep, it's Wednesday. I feel like I've already lived a month in these last 2 days. Oh. So literally, let's see, Monday. Not made any progress with anything. The idea for battle space side mission was overscoped. Would require a lot of work to make it work. Would be an absolute nightmare to handle via scripting alone. That's not something I'm prepared to handle and do. The scope of this game. So I've come up with a much more simplified version that doesn't rely on capturing holding points effectively, still sort of capturing, but you don't lose them. And it will be used as a way for progression. So I think that would fit more in scope with the vision of the game. It's not meant to be like open world sandboxy. Or linear missions, random side missions with what's the term? Randomness for spawns and whatnot. Procedurally-ish. A very weak procedural driven. Oh, you don't understand that. How tired I am today. I'm absolutely exhausted. And I chose not to do anything yesterday. Because I felt just shit. And I ended up just moping around and procrastinating and not doing anything. And still not even feeling like I've refreshed myself at all in any capacity. Yeah, I also found out that the audio goes out of sync over time. Something I've forgotten about from when I streamed like a couple of years ago. Was it like last January when Power World had come out? I was watching back streams and it's like, oh great. And the annoying thing is as it comes through into OBS, everything's in sync with source for all the audio bars. I'm not seeing anything different as to what would be adding in some sort of delay. Not significant anyway. But then it's the OBS monitors that I'm having to use, which adds a delay. And that delay varies. And I'm watching it now. And I'm seeing it go out of sync with the other audio bars and how it's delayed. And literally. Oh wow, that's very delayed. The audio's repeating. Thank you, Galaxy. I've been faffing around with it, and I always make mistakes. So if I did this, can you still hear the audio, or is it completely gone? Did that fix it? Or did I just not speak? It was better then. Okay. So Yeah. Let's double check now. Give it open on. The using OBS monitors and all the like. I completely forget. Let's get it set. So yeah, right now turn that on. So the double audio is going to start coming through. And then I just need to go to audio. And then monitor only. Monitor only. Monitor only. And now that should be back to normal. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Mean Galaxy. The audio's still got out of sync. That's just the way it is. Plus my microphone's now picking up so much things. So loud. And still doesn't pick my voice up when it should. So let's switch that back to good quality again, and then that should solve that. And just have to make sure I talk loudly enough. So that microphone picks me up. Obviously, I must speak much quieter than if ever hitting the floor. Oh. So, best way for a developer, try and get things out. For me anyway, pen and paper. Oh good, and it's not covering it out. So I simplified my battle, whatever it was, side mission idea. Battle space, I called it. Where you were supposed to capture objectives towards capturing the enemy gate. I've simplified that so to keep it more in scope, and rather than like the enemy being able to recapture and take it back, it'll just be a case of escorting a larger ship towards destroying an objective at the end of a path, with some perhaps choice of which way the path goes to do. I don't know if that's going to be based on what? Based on how well the fight went, or randomly, or player choice. I can do player choice, but it'll be something like I did with Absolute Territory, with one of the missions where you was basically tracking down the source of emissions, and I had it so that you would have to either look at or fly in the direction towards a static nav point, something. And then that would decide where the autopilot would take you. Then you take the autopilot and you'd end up there. Well, I could do that. We'll see. I'll just get the basic one done. It's a straight path. 3 stages. Stage 1 will repel fighters and gunships. Stage 2, frigates and destroyers. Stage 3, we reach the main objective to destroy. We'll get that in and see how that flows. And then that can be mixed up with spawn pools. Oh, yeah. would that even matter? Yeah. So I did some improve the level editor, the mission editor, the editor for the missions, yes, mission editor, which allows a little bit more control over certain things. So I tried to get it a bit automated so that we could perhaps give a list of stuff we want to spawn in. And where it would want to spawn, which was where I was heading for battle space, but now I still use it, potentially. And basically I've just added new variables, CSV variable, 2 different spawns. I even think I've got this up when we were working. This is what we can work on. And then where it's spawning at. And then got our call sign list for the enemies, another CSV. And then what we do before we spawn, we grab the next call sign from the front of the list, we'll remove it from the list, and then we will set up like the unique identifier for the ship, spawn group, the call sign that we've pulled, and the spawn counter to make sure the unique names remain purely unique so that they can be easily referenced if need be. And then we warp it in, and then I've added command for groups and spawn pool. So a special command now for myself to use, #select, so it says this is a variable that we need to use, so look up what this is, and then it would effectively find it in the list and then assign whatever group in the list as the group. So it's just literally, instead of, rather than selecting that as a group, it's selecting whatever the variable name is, if one exists. And the only thing I'm thinking of now when it comes to spawning is the offset positions, the position space type as well. I should now have new selection of a variable, and then we just put in the variable name, and then we just have to set the variable up in a specific format for it to consume it, and then to determine whether it's one of these, and then based on that, if it's a waypoint, we've got waypoint number or position, rotation, warp effect. And maybe actually really thinking about it, how would you then handle pilot controller? there's other problems as well. It can be handled in a different way. So literally, like another trigger condition action, where this could then deal with leaders and the wingman, or if we were just spawning reinforcements for a wing leader, we'd have a copy of this and then just do try spawn on leader. Well, that's me trying to do an editor that can be very flexible. We're not there yet. So, and in fact, yeah, let's stop trying to and just try and get the basics working and see what'll stick or what'll change. Because otherwise then Can I close that window? Or is it all? Oh. In our placement. See, let's what the heck is that hiding behind there? I'm gone, see. I think these warm muggy days are really taking it out of me. Right. How simplified should we make this? Are we going to use this? Yes or no? I mean, that says warping enemy at waypoint 3. Then we still need to handle spawn locations, so they're not spawning in on each other. Oh. Well, step 1, let me get the spawns in for player, I guess. simplify this. So we've got an enemy group name, spawn group variables. And you know what the most easiest way of handling this would be? Is to figure out this fantastic idea that I've got, because it just complicates things. Dum-dum-dum. Just go. Minute. Waypoint 1. One. And then it's waypoint 1, 2. And waypoints 1, 3. So we'll just keep that. Excuse me. So waypoint one could just use that. And for 2, let's just make sure we're setting everything else up. Oh. We have Alpha. Alpha. Just call it all. That's you. And we'll give you a wing. Of Alpha. And the first is Ida. We got Beta. Oh. Over this one, let's do an offset of 3,000 maybe. And then, just because of how things spawn, move it 1,000 up. And maybe it'll put you a bit forward. And for you, other side, and we'll put you around behind a little bit. Neat. Oh shit. Come on, brain. No reason why it would skip. Oh. Well, you can see I'm being stupid today. Sorry about it. Now we can spawn these in based on action spawn pools, please. So let's just then Simple spawn for now. We can get rid of you, we can get rid of you. Just spawn. Not using any of that. And just she'll spawn from that. Or we should just have a bunch of friendlies. Yeah. Play the spawn locations. Be a bit off somehow. There you go. Which one? You're Alpha 1. Why are you in front of Alpha 1? Did you overshoot? You're not able to stop in that tiny box in time. Tiny in comparison for that, yeah. Oh, see, you do new things, and what happens? You uncover problems. Hello, Spires. How are we doing? Thank you for the 29 people. Hello. Welcome along. How are you doing today, Spires? Squashing bugs. Adding new features. Raid and run, no worries. You have a good lunch. Thank you. Oh, welcome along, Raiders. I am currently writing a side mission, which is effectively a random mission selected from a pool, and try to add some variety in there, but they're not all the same. I've already got 7 side missions and a bunch of variations for several of those side missions. That seems to keep those with lots of variations interesting. There are some others that might need a bit more attention, but the game is about combat. So we've been focusing on the combat missions, obviously. So now I had an idea of like a battle space, and it was sort of going to be a little bit sandboxy environment in terms of fluidity happening. But then I quickly realised it's way out of scope of the entire game. To rein that in a lot. So rather now going off and trying to capture and hold objectives, while the enemy then tries to do the same to you, it's just more of a progression based towards getting to your enemy's home end and eliminating the objective there. And then working on variety that way. Yeah, if you're interested in space combat games, check out that link for more info. And if you're just here to lurk, enjoy the lurk. got our spawns in. We've got a problem where ships bigger than a frigate can't stay in formation at the start of the spawn because it seems to be worried it will be colliding with its wing leader. It's too close. We're in its safety bubble, I think. So, in order to handle that, you need to be moving off at a set speed. And that's easy enough. Love it. Going at 100. I think that's 100 meters per second, not full throttle. And then the current speed, we're already 100. And do the same. Well, for that we could do the same for this as well, so they're all moving together. Where is it? Oh my word. Override structure. Right there in front of your face. Rename that as free. Speed, set speed. Nice. Now the problem is that currently when we spawn, the friendlies have no objective. Well, actually they'll just carry on flying forward, as the wander mode for them doesn't do anything other than maintain objective or look out for enemies. Well, maintain speed and current heading rather than anything clever. Well, these guys should now be moving and stay moving, and oh dear. You still wandered off. Why? Why do you wander off on here? But in Chapter 4, Mission 3, there's no problem there. How bizarre. Right, so they finished doing the little evasion routine and now rejoin formation. Which they should be able to catch up because that speed's 100 and they can do 250 as a maximum speed. See them doing some braking. Get them to realign their orientation. Oh no, they do when they're in the zone of being a wing man. So it's looking like the routines on these are interfering, which is disappointing, because it should recognize that the ship in front of him, you're not in any danger of colliding as he's moving, and it must take like hundreds of seconds before you could even be a threat of collision, because you're both moving in the same direction. Therefore there shouldn't be any evasion going on there on the left, and it should be behaving like the one on the right. But it could be now that the one on the right, its feelers just don't even collide with that. That's why it's behaving. Where the one on the left, its feelers is colliding, and therefore that's the reason why it is misbehaving. Now can I see why? There's a pilot behavior. Let's do detection. That detection ray looks wrong for a start. Like that should be offset there. Yeah. That looks like what's happening. We have a feeler. Possible to tell if there is a collision. Like, no, it's not. What do you think you're colliding with? Why is the feeler really off? No. Well, it just appears anyway. Right, so the feelers are fine. It is off for some reason. It was looking like it's on a sphere cast. Whatever detection thinks it's hitting. Weird. I suppose we can just at least just get that fixed. I love these. Working on something, get myself distracted, fix it for the next several hours, and then we have to go back to the actual problem. But this should be easy enough to figure out. Obstacle closest point. That doesn't look like green to me. Right. On draw gizmo. And why are we using something completely different? Because it's not a line. At 1.2. You set. Yeah. We get our transform position and the closest point. This is closest point on obstacle, closest point actor. It does checks that way, and checks back on itself. Is that in world space or local space? The world space. But then do I need to be doing transform right? This thing. Why are we doing plus transform right times radius? I have no idea. Seems off. We've got positions in world space. This should be drawing in world space. Great. Oh. Oh. I see. Well, it's rubbish, so... just do that. And then the point position should be expected as is. Flipping heck, mercenary mage. Hello, welcome along. Thank you for raiding with a party of 15. What is going on? Outstay to share, have a great stream. No worries, you have a fantastic day. Hope Babby and wife are fine. Oh, Babby's probably a toddler by now, I think. It's been a while anyway since I've last watched you. Oh, but thank you. Welcome along, streamers. I'm working on a space combat game, and it's like iWar and iWar 2, but linear based. But anyway, if you are interested in it, you can just go and check out the store page on Steam. Just trying to debug a line cast or a line draw. Try and find out why my cruisers trying to evade their wing leaders when they're in formation. Could be a tuning issue. But it's like, why are they not working in this mission file? But they work fine in another mission file. There's absolute zero difference. See, breaking formation yet again, you losers. Because you'd now have to wait for him to get back in formation. Yeah, interestingly, he's evading into his wing leader. Which is like, no, you should have been going the other way. Oh, don't you just love it? Make a bit of a change of something. Just in the mission file, nothing mechanically with a code. And then just for that one thing, that one file, it has to uncover a problem with the code that has worked perfectly fine in like 20 mission files. Continuously and repeatedly played, and it's just this one thing. Like, have that. Mic drop. No longer working. Now you're evading anyway. We can see whether or not your feeler is now actually rejecting correctly, and at which point I'll say sod it and carry on with the mission file, because I don't have the capacity for handling anything more complex. Figuring out what is wrong with you. There we go. So saying I'm gonna collide with you. She's like, yeah, but why do you feel as so far ahead? That is probably the reason. Why? Because the feelers. No, well, that's not the feelers, that's the problem. It is the fact that it thinks it's going to collide with it at some point soon.
Matt
we
50 just followed.
Oh, thank you for the follow there, Matt. Much appreciated. Lurkers, welcome. Don't worry about it. What was that? We are a cruiser pilot behavior, yeah. So it's the correct actor anyway. And then does my game manager go, oh, brain, why do you do this to me? Just using this. And collision avoidance. Max look ahead. 6,000. Max look ahead and multiplayer based on current speed 40. Is that a reasonable? That's quite high, to be honest. Now, if I was to reduce that Is it stored in itself a different variable, or is it going to work with that? Slowly, slowly. Bang, match speed. Now why are you wobbling all over the place? Don't really pause. I know my AI is not perfect. Plus, oh look at there. What? Who do you think you're colliding with? Hilarious. I'm laughing on the inside. Oh, so now he thinks he's colliding with his wingman. And I guess that... well, I've no idea. And why are you still being drawn over there? Because there's nothing to say you would collide with anything, or you... anything. Oh my word, all the wingmen are... ugh. You know what it is? I just realised. It never worked. Ever. Never ever worked. They would always do that. And the reason why it worked in other missions is I disabled the AI until the enemy's there, and then they would break an attack and leave the formation naturally. Aha. Glad I remembered. Why couldn't I remember that from the start? So now we say no, no, and no. The AI is disabled from the start. They will move forward in a straight line. And then... no, I still don't get it. Because there are some... oh, I wonder if that actually interrupts the collision avoidance. I don't know. AI needs improving. Full stop. It works. Well, it seemed to work perfectly fine for me and my wingman to stay in formation with me. For whatever reason. Pure luck. Very bizarre. Ah, indeed. Ah. Alright. So we've got our group spawn for us. Now... let's have the objective, which would be the enemy spawn. And this would be waypoint 3. And then tell it to look the other way. And then for this one, I won't actually have you moving. You'll just sit there, look menacing. Oops. Oh, spawn enemy groups. Then oops. There we go. So now spawn in an enemy. Disabled, waiting. Effectively the objective to take care of. And therefore that would be... Show you Aries, shall we? That's waypoint. We've not created it. 0.31. Sure, I'll just do that. Oh. This is a spawn pool. In this, we can have multiple spawns. And then when we call spawn pool via scripting, we actually want to use a spawn pool rather than just spawn a specific ship all the time. We would use the spawn pool to have a chance of one of the ships in the list to be spawned based on how many we want to spawn. It would only choose one, and that's worked for me so far. I mean, there might be a time where I want to be more varied. the leader is one specific ship, and then there's wingmen, which could be comprised of a different ship, or more alternatives, but not needed so far. Worked around it. Okay. Now we can select the spawn pool. That's our enemy spawn. As Ares. And yeah, we'll call that. And lo and behold, there he is. Out of visual range, but on sensor range. Which is fine. Not like a red dot in there. It's like green and white make red, or what? Or is it just me? Alright. Okay. The edge of it, like the green on the white dot, made it the red. Okay. So these look like they're now on approach to engage you. That's fine. Or maybe we don't want to have you, because when we disable the AI, they will just go after you anyway. See, more problems. Or we could just have it that, well, it's enabled, but then we need to give it some sort of other objective, which would be like defend, which would be like a command that would like the player to give to their wingmen. It might be worth doing that. But before we do, I need to take a short break. Be right back. Go check out that link if you've just joined or wondering what we're working on. Hey, thanks for waiting. I didn't know whether to stretch or yawn just then. Oh, turns out I needed to do both. Let's see. Well. Yeah, either way, it's going to need that. Yeah, in fact, it would just need a follow command, really, wouldn't it? Which is sort of the same as that. But then... spawn them there. Moving up this way. Waypoint 2. Basically want to spawn in things. Things? Yes, things. This is where we could do this. And have enemy spawn waypoint location, and then if it's equal to 1, oh, can't do that really. Not at that time. be honest, looking at this, I'm surprised it works. I'm misreading it. We do 3. 4 bring us to 5. Goal 6, see if the enemy's list is empty. And if it is, go back to 3. Oh, rather than that, I'll do that. Wrong one. Then you could do 4. Then that goes to 5. After we set up the variables. And then I know how to break things that were working. I reset, go to 4. Becomes 5. And it might get to the point where the lists be empty anyway. And then, well, if it does, oh, that's fine, it's going through. You can just keep going through. Extract, set everything up as that. And then we try to do the spawn. If it already exists as a group, we get the next spawn group name and keep on going until we get success. At which point we then go, is the enemy names list empty? It is. Yeah. Or maybe we should just have here as a condition, because conditions cost nothing. No, equal to. Thank you. And we come in here, that gets that. 5 does this. Fails. 6. Yep. Oh, I'm a fool. It worked, it worked. So 3, I'll do 3, and then it'll do 4 to get that. Then we come to 5. I don't know why I'm making it this complex. I'm getting so fixated on this bit of code, well, scripting I added. It doesn't need to be this way. Simplify. Right, it's gone now. No longer part of the equation. Waypoint 2 actually. At waypoint 2. We'll think about a way of handling you later. That would be Taurus. You guys can warp in. Doing. One, two, three. Almost 2 hours. Time flies when you're struggling. Taurus, Gemini. Cancer. Ooh. Alright, let's make you gunships. And same again. All the fighters. I do have a problem where there are no restrictions on the AI. So they're free to target the same target as many times as they want. So if that means all of them want to target the player, that is something potentially can happen. We'd be very unlucky. If you set your turrets to just shoot at any other target than what you're trying to take down, then the odds of that happening increase over time. 8.2. Oh. Right. And then what? Let's just add 10-second delay for now. And then oops. We want to enable the AI for beta and gamma. I ordered some amp powder off Amazon the other day. It was a good deal. It's supposed to be like a well-known brand, Nippon. And it was like 500-gram tubs for like 12 quid-ish. About what? $15 for US as a rough translation. And then I get it. And it's not Nippon. I'm called Zero Wind. And while they got the quantities right, the containers were only 450 each. So I'm down 100 grams. But then when you look at comparisons, it was still cheaper than any other place. And I'm like, just like, in an hour in like, it's annoying the fact that they sent me the wrong brand. But then reduced, sent me the lesser weight as well, so it's not even equivalent. And it's like, well, do I complain about it? Do I return it? I have to go through the faffing of sending it, repackaging it, and printing a label off, and then taking it to a nearest place to send it back. The only thing is I can't really try it anytime soon because we've got rainy days at the moment. I don't have time to use it and see if it'll work. I'm just wondering whether, you know, it was just a mistake when they packaged it, or otherwise. Irritating, but not really anything like burn down the internet for or something like that. Gamma. No, not Gemini, Gamma. So when they spawn in, there we go. One of the things I made a mistake when I did this clever editor all those years ago is like stuff with drop downs. Most of them are just their own added on as a component to like this form. I've come to the point now where there were certain issues like overlapping text, which you can actually see behind there. Text has gone all the way off because in Unity's infinite wisdom, they did just not set it up to be actually be usable as boilerplate stuff. Instead, we got this crap. So now, if I want to make changes so that all the drop downs can conform to each other, I have to hunt every single drop down instance, find the text box, make the changes to the text box. And that's the only way you can do it. But you can't just search for text and apply it, because then it'll got text for everything, labels and all that, and they're all set up in the different ways. So if you're doing something like this, UI, I highly recommend you create a prefab of it, and then you can just modify the prefab and it'll just apply to the rest that you use it straight away. So as soon as you find out you're using it, I could drop down more than a couple of times across different forms, and really consider doing that. Now it would be absolute pain in the ass to change it otherwise, so I just have to lump it, deal with it. And if I ever come to a point of releasing modding tools, lever editor, I would then have to spend time changing it. But no intention of doing that with this title, because on my last title that I released, I did a level editor for that, where you could create your own little custom missions, one-off missions, and no one has ever uploaded their own custom mission to the workshop for that. Just me. I uploaded a few as examples, and yeah, obviously zero interest there. Maybe there is interest, but didn't sell enough to reach that person who would be interested to start doing it. You know what I mean? Which, to be honest, given the path I was doing at the start of that title, if you've ever heard of Wing Commander Academy, PC game, DOS, back in the 90s, that was effectively just a mission editor, where you just like creating your own little random missions to fly, and that is what I was trying to do for my first game. Sort of like repeat that. But then people were saying, when my testers, that they wanted a campaign. So I then made a campaign. Glad I did that, because otherwise no one would be buying the game and playing it. Oh dear. I have to laugh, otherwise I would just spontaneously combust. Let's see. I got spawns in. Wait 10 seconds to do that. How about do the oval? No, can't do it that way. Well, literally. Opponent. Active. Greater than 0. So as soon as the first one comes in, they'll all just turn on and... Well, we don't want that. Gotta wait for everyone to spawn in. I'll give it 10 seconds. More than enough time. And then... 4 minutes. What are we doing? Modifying the wrong bloody things. Yeah. There we go. Well, those are about to hit. Oh no, not enough time. Will the ad start or will the spawn start? Let's see. The race against time. On. That's still starting soon. Neat. And like, who they all gonna go for? Is my AI enabled? Nope. They're all dead. Why? Did it even call that? It's annoying. Why have I got these triggers going on? Phone group, yeah, success. Oh, I bet we didn't call it, did we? Anyway, let's just get rid of this debug statement. One last coffee. See you after the ads. Oh, I've returned before the ad break. Crazy. Yeah. I don't know when they changed it. I didn't stream for a while. But they've now upped the preload. The preload time for ads. Or the preload ads, if I'm getting the words out. If you join the stream straight away and you get ads, then you've either set it up just to always give you ads when you do that, or they're not running a minimum of 3-minute ads every hour to stop the preloads from coming in. Or they've set it up something, you know, differently. But for a bare minimum to not get preload from joining a stream, the streaming needs to be running 3 minutes of ads per hour. Whether it's done doesn't matter, just with that. So I don't know why they've done that change, but I have noticed there are streamers who are now running like double that every half hour. And it's like, if not more. And it's like, if I wanted to watch ads, I'd go watch TV again. Stopped watching terrestrial TV, cable TV, whatever. Get away from ads because I got fed up of them. Then went to streaming services like Netflix and whatnot, and now even them are inserting ads. Amazon Prime. This video is sponsored by this. And then you get several minutes of adverts as soon as you start the video for something else. And then you get more ad breaks in between. It's like so annoying, you can't skip them. So it's like if you need to, then you can get back in time. Let the ads play out. Otherwise you have to pause the ads just to come back and sit through the ads. Like, why am I paying subscription to be served ads? We've come full circle. Like all the benefits of not having ads is evaporated. With the cost of the subscriptions and everything, and the stuff that I would watch, it just makes more sense to just start buying physical discs again. But then I'm sure they'll be wanting to phase that out. Because what's Sony done? No longer doing Blu-rays? Is that right? What's the format then? Are they still using old Blu-ray format? They're not going to do any new format? Or I don't understand what's going to happen with that. I suppose the good news is that you don't have to buy a newer version of the Blu-ray player. Play the latest disc versions that I've released. And that was a shock when I bought the disc, put it in the Blu-ray player, and it says it can't read it. What? There's not even a software update to make it work. Anti-consumer. Right, as you can see, we've got lots of enemies spawned, but for some reason these guys didn't enable. Because we've obviously called this. Yeah, we didn't add the trigger in for that, so we'll just manually enable it and see what happens. Are they speeding up now? Now, yeah, no they are. Now, I'm not going to be able to do anything because that little debug line change I made has made it so I can't do anything other than restart. So I might as well just do that. What is going on? It's supposed to be raining today. The sun is shining. Surprised me, weather forecast. They pushed it back a few days. But hey, that could change at any moment. Load. Respawn that. Wait 10 seconds. Wait 10 seconds. I'll spawn them enemies. Spawn them in, and then we're waiting 11, 12. We'll wait another 10 seconds. Then we enable our AI. Again. To be honest, before we do, I'd like to fly something that's got a better chance of surviving. We've got artillery on these, have we? No, I don't care that we'll go over the limits on this. It allows me to do it in here. These rare ones. Oh, actually, I need some auto guns, don't I? Rare defense. The best defense. Was that without making any changes because I'll be saving the mission file for the player. Also need to deal with the autopilot so we could just not escape out the mission. There you go. Oh, those spawns. Yeah. Fantastic. And then, are you guys now enabled? Yeah. Even after burning. Zooming off in there. And then maybe we'll make life difficult for ourselves. Right. Oh shit. Not trying to trigger a rebuild, is that? I don't like it when you're in play mode, yet Unity's hotkeys still happen. Should be a way of getting rid of that. Off! Who's shooting me? Bugger off. See what I mean about too many? Need to add some this is for the player, like cannot have more than X amount of units attacking a specific unit. So the answer to that would be less numbers. Multiple spawns. Also doesn't help that I'm at the front. They're probably all targeting me because I was the closest. I need to get a bit closer. And that way, and then it might not all come after me now. Yeah, let's make notes then. Things that need to be handled. I haven't even already recorded it. I'll look at Trello. Right in there. Nothing in there. How about the actual list for AI? Those are just ideas. Mm-hmm. Oops. Insane action. Same enemy. This will allow AI prevent AI from ganging up on a single target. And there are, well, I'll do that. Then, when limit rate can check for other possible targets, or let them go into a holding pattern till they can. AI is allowed to target enemy back. That could be simple, or it could be complicated. Currently, the AI is enabled, detects its enemies. It will see what enemies are around, and then basically does a range check, gets a list of enemies within a certain range, radius, that sort of thing, and then attack. So if I was too far away from these by that range check, then they could all just go after me. But if we're now at a limit, we'll get, say, so many targeting me, and then we'll say, right, you're not allowed to touch him, you need to find someone else. Then they'll start looking elsewhere, and then maybe that would need to be done with some sort of director. Feel the frame rate dropping. How's my wing? I don't have a wing, but these guys. Are they attacking? No. God, they're giving me an heart attack. What's his strimmer? He's like, well, it's in drop strimmer. It's like, oh, shit. So we've enabled these. Shouldn't have enabled them. They should just keep on flying to the next waypoint, because they're not supposed to be dogfighting. Can't dogfight. Don't try. Yeah, we got lots of fighters. I'm stuck in my neighbour. How many allies are alive? Not many. One Corvette, 2 interceptors. Survivable. Is it fun though? Would it be fun? Make that change and just have overwhelming way to really find out. Just to do it. First of all, on the agenda, putting out the cruiser actors. Right. This. Wait for enemies, enable friendly. From Alpha. So actually, we could turret order. The main target is the priority. If you don't have a main target, then the turrets will try and find another target. That's what they'll do there. So that'll be, you know, what it'll do. But currently, all enemies will only shoot the primary target with the turrets. Unless I've scripted it otherwise. So there is a level of challenge there anyway, which can be increased by making such a simple change. Now that, actually, we did want the AI to be enabled, but I like support units. And then now we'll can enable the AI, and then oh, it's not in there, is it? They have a priority. Go to waypoint 2. Now what we could have is which is waypoint 2. A distance check of Alpha. Waypoint 2. And if we're within a distance of 5,000. Then handle doing something, maybe. We could say just disable that and then tell it to stop. And that could become a reset. Or it can be called more than once. Despite all the missions I've created, still trying to find a good way to help reference, especially when it comes to like adding triggers. We do this, call 12, wait for enemies to appear. And really tell it to that we reach from the start. Maybe throw it in a little message so I know when they arrive. And what we'll do as well to handle our little issue. Oh, wrong one. Have you 2,000 there. And that means you need to be 52,000. Oh, we're 42, isn't it? Yes. So it's 40 on the spawns. And then have it direct in front of the player, but slightly below. The player always spawns at this location, everything spawns around it. But I am finding it a bit limiting, so I need to find an alternative way of being able to offset the player position in the world. Especially going forward after this title. But I've managed to get through it so far. And now we've got all our friendly units in front. Lovely. Reinforcements come in. AI is now enabled. This for support. Did I not wire up that? I always have a habit of adding new triggers, but then forgetting to wire them up. Did the... Oh. B was not triggered. I'll just manually do that. Now, see what they're trying to do. To be honest, yeah. You engaging? Are you in formation still? For the waypoint? Never mind. Feel the frame rate struggling in the Unity editor. Yeah, because I'm now got my turrets to use other targets. Whoever they're shooting at and damaging made them want to come back at me. So many problems. Where are you flying off to now? Looks like you're doing something completely different. You are. Looks like you're engaging. Because it's not a priority. Also, priority means if there's enemies, ignore them and just complete the objective you've been given. Otherwise, deal with any enemies and then do the objective. And this isn't used for anything at the moment. So we spawn. Alright, 9, 12. Just hold that, just a bit. Do 13. 14, so now it's priority and we'll just get on with the job. 15. Uh, 15 we enabled up here, but now it's like all that. What's this? Oh shit. And make things a bit more useful for us. Insert. Go now. Disable autopilot. Go waypoint number 2. That from the start, and should have that middle waypoint highlighted. There you go. 42,012. Okay. Alright. So AI is enabled for the strike group. Where are you going? Like, have you just broken formation and now you're just gonna rush ahead? Maybe. I'd be surprised. These are coming over. Missed. It looks like they're actually just trying to evade damage, which is impossible for them. But they don't know that. They don't know what's attacking them. All they know is they've taken so much damage within a time limit, or a timer. Like, how much damage have I taken? Oh, that's a lot. I better start avoiding. But it doesn't consider anything about source of the damage. So getting slowly pecked to death can evade as much as it wants. But it ain't gonna save it. All it does is just slightly impede their progress. Because I've got larger guns, tracking is very crap. Which is a good thing. Because otherwise then large heavy guns would be very effective against small nimble targets. You shooting me. Please die. Thank you. Did I miscalculate this? Maybe. Put it there, fine. But we lost 2 wings on beta. Still got all the interceptors. Really, you can make this battle of endurance. Well, that'd be an interesting one, actually. Yeah, battle of endurance. But like, get from A to B, survive all the enemy waves. That would be the variation. The other one would be get from A to B and kill B. Effectively, an escort mission in all but name. Look at this guy. See? Just beyond range. Right, we'll shoot him instead then. Too far away for my artillery. Because it's slow moving. They're fast moving. All they have to do is a direction change and miss. Have I... Sure, it is enabled, isn't it? Whoops. Yeah, don't look at my binding screen, there's a lot of them. Yeah, homing projectiles is on. Code does need improving. There we go, we've arrived. Wonder how long that was. Now, they will stop. That's what I've told them to do. Yep. What have we got left? Did you see that? Like, the homing not quite working as I wanted. Supposed to home immediately as it fires. It also increases the velocity. Can handle that. Oh, is he shooting me, is he? He was. What are you shooting at? Oh, bombs. Yeah, I forgot my point defense actually target bombs. Beyond. These are contact missiles, so they're not very good for small targets, as they can miss. Or better off with proximity-based ones for them. Or even the missiles got there. Did my guns take him off? Oh. Alright.
Event in the planning lull. Some of the UK and US crew are.
Gosh, you. Oh, how about a change of pace? This is going to be a raid on another fellow dev who's making space games as well. But today he's doing some Euro Truck Simulator. So please join us, go showing some love. And consider lurking in that channel. Until next time, thanks, bye for now. We're dropping in. Now I have to do all my things on my end to do stuff, etc. So, see ya. I just end the stream. Will it do it, or do I wait for the timer? Oh, there's a raid now button. I'm just going to click it. Come raid. Bye bye.
I've used